Hi there, I'm Martin from xbacksecrets.com, and in today's video I'm going to tell you the number one enemy in getting your ex back. Getting your ex back is doable. It's possible, but not the way you think it is. The absolute biggest number one enemy to getting your ex back is panic. When you get dumped, and believe me, I've been there myself, you start acting from an emotional place, not a logical place. You feel like texting them, calling them, showing up at their door, writing a song for them, playing said song to them from outside their window. It does not work. It has never worked, and it will never work. What they may have said to you in the past is, oh, I really admire when my partner just does something crazy romantic, like stalk me or stand outside my balcony. They may have meant those words at the time, or they may have thought they meant those words at the time. But the reality is, when someone loses attraction for you, these things just become creepy. And I know it's very tough that this person that you're so attracted to has lost attraction for you. I know it's tough, but there's a way. Watch this video until the end and we'll talk about a solution. But right now, know that this panic you're feeling right now is not the answer. It is actually your number one weakness. It's your number one enemy. Instead, you can panic. You can panic all you want. It's natural. Your emotions right now are like a 4-lane highway of interstate traffic. And your logic and reason, patience, is a little dirt track road running along the side of the highway. You need to take that dirt track road. You need to not follow the highway of panic and emotion. You can be panicked. You can, that's okay. It's okay. In fact, this may help you a lot. This is just a little bonus for you that's helped me a lot. If you're feeling panic or fear or anxiety or pain, whatever it is, say, I am in a lot of pain because my ex has broken up with me, and I love that. The pain is temporary. It's going to go away. And if you let it be there, it's going to have a lot less power over you. So try this with me, actually. I am in a lot of pain and panic because my ex has left me, and I love that. You don't have to love the pain, but love the situation. Let it be there. Be okay with the situation. And you might feel already after saying that your anxiety levels went down a little bit. Try it again. Pause this video if you need to. Say it again and see how you feel. Because panic will ruin the situation and you will never get your ex back. That's exactly what happened to me when my ex broke up with me back in 2014. Here's a little personal story for me and what happened back then. She broke up with me. It was my fault. We were in two different countries because I travel a lot for my work. I work in India and she was in Denmark. We had only been dating a couple of months. I had to go to India and we split up while very far apart. I panicked. I sent her 100 emails. I called her nonstop. She said to me on text, "It's over, please leave me alone." I booked a flight to Denmark and pretended that I just wanted to hang out as friends. She saw through it. Then I went to her door at 1 o'clock in the morning and knocked on it. That didn't work. Then I showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning and knocked on her door. That did not work. Then I went back to India. I went back to my job and plotted different ways that I could get back with her, and was in a total state of disrepair, panic, and was unmotivated to work or do anything for, I think it was a couple of years. It was at least a year and a half, where every waking moment I'm thinking about her. Every morning I wake up, I just think about her and I cry. And this is the first time that I got an it's what I got, a breakup coach is what it was called back then. I hired a breakup coach for thousands of dollars because I was in such a bad state. This is the first time I realized how people can drive themselves to criminality. This is why crimes of passion happen. When someone you love breaks up with you and you can't get them back, that's when people do crazy things. And I could feel that craziness inside me. The 4-lane highway of emotion was just so strong. So I needed a coach to talk to me every week so that I didn't do crazy shit. Every time I wanted to send her a long email, I sent it to him instead. Every time I wanted to send her a text, I sent it to him instead. Every time I had some scheme to like find her in public and meet her, I sent it to him instead. It's a very good thing. Even if you can't afford a coach at this point, try and get a friend of the same sex, same gender to to help you out with that, and make sure that you're accountable. You don't mess this up through your panic. So, contain it. Don't give them this panic. You've heard this all over the internet. Do no contact instead. Everyone talks about no contact this, no contact that, 30 days no contact. 30 days no contact is kind of like a basic thing to do. In most cases, it takes longer. And I know you don't want to hear that right now because you want things to happen fast, but it's not going to work like that. It's different for every situation, but start with no contact from now. You might want to send them a clean slate message. It really depends on your situation. If you want my help or one of my team's opinion on what you should do in this situation, you can get my emergency breakup kit on the link down here, or you can book a call with me or one of my team so we can see if your situation is different or you should do 30 days no contact to start with, if you should send a clean slate message, what you should do in this case for it to help you the best. But generally, 30 days no contact. Set the timer on your phone if you need to. Set weekly rewards on your phone. Hey, you did another week, well done. Reward yourself every time you do that. Find something you're really passionate about. Reward yourself every time you do a whole week of not reaching out to them. I know it would sound so simple to someone who's not going through what you're going through right now, but I know it's very tough. It is insanity. It's complete insanity, and I know what you're going through. So don't worry. I promise you, 30 days is a really healthy place to start. What happened in that relationship I told you about? Well, after a year and a half, I was still reaching out. I was still bumping into her at parties I knew she would be because I was insane. And then I gave up. I had scared her away so properly with my panic, with my neediness, with my insanity. I wasn't a very stable person at that time. I got myself together. I started my own business. I started a menswear brand, and I started working on myself. I started meditating an hour every day, every morning. I set a timer for it. It's painful. Meditation is not some Zen thing. No, it's very, very painful. If you do an hour every day, not just your body, but your emotional inner world a lot of really painful things can come up, whether it's love, relationships, or your childhood, whatever it is, it can get really strong. So sit through that pain, and that will make you really resilient as a person. I highly recommend it to every person on this planet. If you're in pain right now, sit down and feel that pain. Don't try to run away from it. And I'm also going to be honest with you, one sit down, 1 hour is not going to be enough. Do it every day for a year, and you will be a completely different person who's much more resilient. But what happened with my ex in this situation was that after 5 years, and it doesn't have to take 5 years, but that's only because I panicked and I scared her away. But after 5 years, she bumped into me at a party. And it was a fancy dress party, and I just happened to be standing with I had come to this party with 2 of my female friends, just friends, one of which is tattooed from neck to toes, and we were at this fancy dress rave party, and since it was so hot, she had taken all the clothes off except her underwear. So I was standing with one of the coolest looking people in the club. Even if you're into tattoos or not, you can understand if you're at a rave party and you're standing with a chick that's tattooed from head to toe, you look cool, right? My hair was spiked up into a big Mohican for this fancy dress party, and I looked like I was having a great life. I bumped into her and her friends, and I said to her, "Would you like to have a quick catch up over a beer?" She says, "I don't drink beer anymore." I said, "Well, what about a water?" So went out, sat down, had a little chat. I just told her about my life and said, "I'm so sorry for my behavior back then. It was totally out of order. I hope you're doing well. What are you up to now? Are you still studying? How's your family?" That kind of stuff. And she kind of gave some short answers. And then after 5 minutes, I said, "Well, so let's get back to our party and our respective friends. Nice to meet you. Glad that you're doing okay." The next day I got a text from her saying, I need to ask you something. Would you be willing to participate in a documentary about relationships that end, you and me? And I said, sure, let's do it. And another 6 months in the future, I came to this this documentary shooting as was planned. And in this documentary shooting, we went to a summer house in Denmark where this was taking place, and were interviewed by the crew. And after 5 days of shooting, we got back together. 5 years later. If I had not panicked, if I had not scared her away, if I had not been extremely needy and basically pushed her away, I'm sure we would have gotten back together so much faster. She still loved me, had loved me all this time, but was scared of me because I was in such a panicked state. Panic is your number one enemy. Do no contact instead. Get your mind in order. Find something you like to do. Do that instead. If you need help with this, get my emergency breakup kit down here. Book a call with me or someone on my team if you need a customized plan for what you're doing, or you just need someone to talk to and vent to who can tell you, this is normal, this is natural, this will work. So that's my advice for you. If you want some more free tips, I do have some more videos on this channel. Check them out here below.